Run, river, run, run through the hills. Run, river, run to the sea. Run, river, run to your place beneath the sun. Run, river, run.
Hi, this is Jan Lewis. Welcome to Be My Guest. Today we have from Bellingham, Robbi Packard. And Robbi is the owner and caretaker of the Robin's Nest Shop. And this is a metaphysical shop over in Bellingham, off of 140. I'm still trying to figure out where it is. Off of 140. And I read about her in the Bellingham Bulletin, which I pick up at Market Basket, and also in the Country Gazette that I just happened to pick up, I think, when we were down in probably the Franklin-Foxborough area. Probably something like that, yeah. And I picked that up, and I see that you had Brother Granite, an Abenaki shaman.
Yes.
Now, let's first, how long you've been, this is your 10 years.
It's our 10th anniversary this year, yes.
Why did you start this? When did you get interested in it?
Well, I would say I've been interested in it my whole life.
Yeah.
You know, it's just an integral part of who I am and how I live my life. But I would say about 12 years ago, started getting kind of those messages from Spirit that, hey, you need to open a store. And, you know, and me being practical on the human side is like, yeah, there's a lot involved in that.
Yeah,
and,
it definitely is.
Yeah, and so for about 2 years, I kind of went back and forth with Spirit and had some support with friends and whatnot. And one day I finally said, you know, if this is my life's path and this is where I'm supposed to go, I need like a significant sign. And so I was being cheeky, and I said I wanted something significant, not a bird on a car sign, ironic. And 3 days later, my husband walked through the front door of our house and says, hey, I have a place for you to open a store. And I went,
just like that?
Just like that. Like he had no idea about the conversation that I had had with a friend of mine. And because when you get pushed, you get that internal push or that push from Spirit that you really are supposed to be doing something. And so I didn't have that conversation with him. And so that's really, truly the very beginning of it and how it started.
You must have been over the moon when he said that.
No, I was terrified.
What? Really? I would have been like, oh!
No, I was a little terrified. I was a little taken aback because even though that this is my life and I live my life in a very spiritual way, I'm also very practical. And it's one of those things that the magic always takes me by surprise, even after 30-something years.
Yeah.
It always takes me by surprise, and I think that's one of the things that makes it so special for me and why I get to do what I do. So that was the beginning, and we started very, very small on a lot of hopes and dreams and not much else. And then over the years, the community has grown and changed, and we left Milford. We were there for 2 years. And
where were you in Milford?
We were down on East Main Street, the old music house. We shared. We were in the back part of that, and they've since, actually, just as of a month or two ago, they tore the building down, so it's not even there anymore.
So if you're coming down from, let's say, the Upton direction, and you're heading for Milford Hospital, you're on 140, very common road. We all hit it.
Yeah.
So I would go continue 140 to Bellingham. At those lights, what would I do?
So if you go into like the center of Bellingham,
well, there's a pop and cork thing there.
Yes, you just keep going straight at the pop and keep going straight at the pop and cork. Yeah. There's actually a little side road past the Gasco gas station. I believe it's called Bates Street.
After the pop and cork.
After pop and cork, yep, and past Bethany Church. And there's a little side street.
Bates.
I believe it's called Bates Road. And you can go down that road. It cuts out the triangle.
Yeah.
It's like a little bit of a shortcut. You come to a four-way stop. There's Twin Elm Farm, that beautiful farm there.
Yeah.
And you just keep going straight all the way to the end, and then you make a right, and you're back on 140 right there.
Yeah.
And you go down about couple of miles, no, not even, like maybe a mile or so. And it's in the plaza on the left, in the Bellingham Marketplace Plaza. There's a Dunkin' Donuts at that light there.
Okay.
There's, it's a plaza with a blue roof. And
are you anywhere near I love the Bellingham Library or the high school.
Actually, we are past. We're past the high school. So where the Bellingham Library is, that you go down farther as you're headed towards Woonsocket.
Okay, so I would pass
Past
library's
Wenniger's
on the
Farm.
right.
Yep.
The library's on the right. Could go that way. I'm so used to getting back to come home.
Yeah.
So you pass the library on the right. That's how you get there.
Yeah. Yep. So we're down on 140, like you're headed towards Woonsocket.
See, I didn't know 140 went down
It
past.
goes all the way South Main Street. It goes all the way down into Woonsocket.
Who knew that? Now,
Yeah.
Robbi, she says, it's the hub of spiritual earth-based community,
Yes.
as well as a unique shop where one might find incenses, oils, herbs. What's statuary?
All kinds of statuary, like garden statuary,
Oh, okay.
altar statuary,
Books.
house. Yeah.
Books, all kinds of cool books.
We have a decent selection of books. It's not massive, but we have a do
Like what?
variety.
If I'm a book reader, what would I find there?
You'll find all sorts of books on the occult. We do have a small selection with angels. We have books for tarot. We have a selection of tarot decks, oracle decks. We have books on herbs. We have books on magic. We have
How about
books-
healing? You know,
Not as many for healing. Not as many for healing. We're not primarily a spiritual healing center. We're more of a community, community space. But what's really interesting and fantastic is that all sorts of different people come to the nest. We have a community space where there's a tea table.
yeah.
You can come in, you can have coffee, have tea, interact with people that you may not normally meet in your everyday life.
Right.
And so if you are looking for a healer for whatever it is, I probably know somebody.
I think this is awesome. Where do they find out about you? How?
All over. We're all over social media, obviously. So we're on Facebook.
You're
we're
going to
on
be even
Instagram.
more now.
Yes.
You're being YouTube and all over the world.
That's fantastic. Yeah, and I'm excited about that. So, but people find us, and people know the Robin's Nest, and we have people that come up from New York and New Jersey that come to events. We have people that come from Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Hampshire, Western Mass.
I was
we're all over.
noticing, boy, I missed them. I should have turned this over earlier. You had an author event.
Yes.
I love Casting Creative Magic Circles. That was May 10th.
Yes, with Edward Massey. Yep.
What was the May 11th paint night?
So we do paint nights every other month. So you know how they have the paint bars and whatnot where you can go and there's a painting and it's an instructed event and then everybody makes similar to that painting. Well, we do that. We have Cassandra Corey from Primary Colors Paint Bar. She comes in every other month and she designs a painting for us based on what we request the time before. So the next one we have coming up is in July.
So you copy kind of, you're in your own way, what hers looks like.
Exactly.
Well,
So
what if
she
you like
designs-
me in an abstract? I mean, it's going to be like funky, right?
Perfect.
Okay.
But that's what art is, and that's the whole point of it. So our classroom space is very intimate.
Yeah.
And so we only open up to a maximum of 14 people. So it's snug when we have 14.
Do you have to register?
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
All
For
right.
all of our events, it's really wise to pre-register.
Okay.
So that we can make sure that we have enough provisions for everybody that's attending. But for this, your art is your art.
Yeah.
So it's not good, it's not bad, it just is. And it's the beauty of the process of it. And what we're trying to encourage people when they go to events like this, and even in my own art practice over the years and how it's grown and changed, is it's about the process of it. And we're trying to help people get away from the, oh, this is terrible, I can't paint, this looks awful, and really be like, this is part of me, and this is my interpretation of it. And as you sit back over time, you start to see things a little bit differently with it. And here's the beauty of it. It's just paint. You can actually add more to it later.
What do they use? Acrylic?
Acrylic, yes.
Brush or like hand?
No, brushes.
Brushes.
But if you really decide you want to use your hands, you can.
Yeah, I mean,
We had someone do that once.
I think it sounds like a blast.
It is. It's super fun. And we have some fun music playing. And
what time is it usually held?
The paint nights are from 5 to 7:30.
Okay.
every other month.
On a Saturday.
On a Saturday, yes.
Every other month, like the third Saturday's board? What do you think?
It depends on what the calendar says.
All right.
So all of our events through the year are listed on our events calendar through our website.
Okay, what is your website?
Our website is therobbinsnestma.com.
Now, I have another question for you. At first, this sounds really scary. On May 18th, you had a death cafe, an open conversation about death and dying. What was that like?
So I have to ask you, what's scary about death?
Well, I'm not particularly ready. I think I got a little ways to go. But I guess my biggest question is this. When I go to visit my parents' gravesite, I guess it doesn't have to be just there. I like to talk to them.
Yes.
Is there a shot that they're hearing me?
Absolutely.
I hope so.
Yes. I know that they do. I absolutely know that they do. I know that all of our beloved dead hear us and know us because we love them, and what is remembered lives. So when we remember them and when we talk to them and when we honor them, they hear us.
Do you believe that once the physical body dies, that the soul does remain, and what does it do?
Well, there's a lot of theories on that. Yeah. So some people think that, we have one soul, and that soul returns to spirit or God or whatever you want to call it. There is a principle called the three-soul principle, where our soul just isn't one thing, but it's actually multiple parts, kind of like the human body and cells. And one part is the part that is the divine, that never incarnates, but it's that spark that lives in all living beings.
That's Christian Science, which I love.
It's not just
kinda. Yeah.
It's not actually. There is lots of theoretical evidence through occult history for thousands of years, and it's also the Egyptians. This is also part of the Egyptian practice as well. And then there's the part of the soul that is Robbi or Jan, or that is the personality part of the soul. And then there's another part of the soul that lives through the collective consciousness. So that's where you start going down the rabbit hole of past lives and all that fun stuff.
Have you done that yourself?
Oh, yes.
Past lives?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think of that?
Oh, absolutely.
You like it?
Oh, yeah. It's fascinating. Absolutely
The
fascinating.
Indians believe in that.
Many people believe
East
in
Indians.
That. East Indians, yes.
East Indians.
Yeah.
Now, all right, here was another one. The Reiki certification course.
Reiki, yes.
That's another free one that people could come to, right?
No, the Reiki certification course is a paid course.
Okay.
So that is where you receive a Reiki attunement so that you can become a Reiki practitioner.
I love this. May 21st, I missed it again. Developing a daily chanting practice. I know I did this in East Indian meditation.
Yes.
I began to chant in Hindi.
Yes, in Sanskrit.
I might not know what it meant, but I picked up, I could sing the songs.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know why.
Well, the beauty of mantra and chanting, especially in Sanskrit is a sacred language. It is thought to be the original language, and that all languages are actually, throughout the world, are based off of Sanskrit. So it's considered a holy language. So when we chant the names and when we chant the prayers in Sanskrit, we are chanting the names of the divine.
Shiva. I know the Shiva one.
Yes, the Shiva, Lakshmi, Ganesh.
Who's the one with the... I don't like the one with the elephant thing.
Oh, why don't you love him?
He looks funny.
That is Lord Ganesh. So Lord Ganesh is actually... It's so funny. I almost wore that pendant this morning. Yes, so Ganesh is... he's beautiful, he is kind, he is gentle, he is the Lord of success and the remover of obstacles. And in Hindu Hindu traditions, he is actually the first god that must be prayed to before any other god, because if he does not remove the way, or remove the obstacles of the way, the other gods won't hear your prayers.
Have you been up to, I think it's in Ashland, there's a
Temple
huge Lakshmi temple?
Yes, it's beautiful.
I brought my son up there one time. You get in, immediately take off your shoes.
Yes.
And you walk around, there was some guy, I don't know, with his drum and his chanting, and then you go into the big room.
Yes.
And there were like little
There's
things
temples.
of carrots, not carrots, bananas left around. I thought, oh, well, the food must be for the kids after.
No.
But there is no sermon, and that's given like as a to the...
They're offerings to the gods.
Yeah.
Yes. So what happens with that, there's also another temple that's actually the Boston Sri Kalikamba Shiva Temple in Bellingham. It's in Bellingham proper. And in the commons there, they have just purchased property over by Town Power Line and are going to be building another Hindu temple there. So we've actually been supporting and raising money to help them with building this additional temple. So I've been to services at that particular temple, the Shiva temple, and so when food is offered to the gods in Hindu traditions, it is blessed by the gods. It's blessed by the energy of the gods. And then when we receive it back as prasad. And prasad, when we put it into our body, we are putting in the blessings and the love of the divine into our bodies.
I think I asked them, well, I thought maybe we were supposed to eat it. And they said, no.
Only if they give it to you.
Right. I think they were going to give it to the children afterwards or something like that. Okay, now we have developing a daily chanting practice.
Yes.
I like that. Okay. Then you had an anniversary, your 10th anniversary.
10th anniversary celebration, yep.
That was lovely. Now, here we go. Coming up, I want to go to this. I think you're going to love it too.
Yes.
These are nice, juicy. Can you see this, Paul? This is the Psychic Fair coming up at the Robin's Nest shop over in Bellingham.
Yes.
And it's coming up on June 29th. I'm reading it right here. 10 to 4, that's a Saturday. I have no charge.
Nope.
The door opens at 9 a.m. with our event beginning at 10.
Yep.
Bring a friend for a fun-filled day of magic.
Yes.
Okay. If you want a reading done, it's $20 for 15 minutes or $40 for 30.
Yeah.
Appointments may be scheduled in advance.
Highly recommend that. I highly recommend calling ahead for appointments.
Yeah.
You do prepay when you book your appointment.
Yeah.
We have sold out our last 5 Nestivals for readings, and so this way too you get to book a specific time. And so we have 5 readers for this particular event, plus we have aura photography, and we also have Holly doing henna, which is super fun for the day.
I love that.
Yeah.
Now, are these tarot readers?
Most of them are doing tarot that day. The only person that does not is Scott Kowalski. He does mediumship, but he does psychic intuitive readings, and his mediumship also works with connecting with your spirit guides. And so he does not use cards, but everybody else uses cards. And primarily you're going to get a lot of that at psychic fairs because it's a busy day. And it's boom, boom, boom. And so if you just want a quick 15-minute reading, that is one question. That is one
I would go for the 30 minutes.
Yes, so that is one quick question. And it's, we're going to get to this as quickly as possible and cut to the chase.
Love the tarot. I learned about it years ago, and they say you're not supposed to read your own tarot, but I've done it.
Well, of course you can. I don't know who imposes all these rules about, you can't buy your own tarot deck or you can't read for yourself or anything. No. I know. You can. I know people that buy their own decks all the time, and you wind up collecting them, and people read their own cards. Now, if you want an objective viewpoint, you should go to somebody else to get a reading, because oftentimes we will see what we want to see, which is a little bit different when we're really truly going for a reading to give guidance. Something I want to touch on about readings that a lot of people sometimes will say, I'm scared to get a reading.
Oh, no.
I'm scared to get... But people tell me this. Yeah. And I'm like, well, why do you... Because I don't want to know when I'm going to die.
Oh, they don't have to...
No, people say this to me,
but
really.
They don't tell you that.
No, they don't. A reputable reader would never even suggest something.
The death card does not have to mean you're going to die.
No, actually, it just means an ending of whatever cycle that you're particularly in. But what it is, the purpose of getting a reading truly should be to gain knowledge and information to make an informed decision of where you want to go. It can give you an objective viewpoint of where you are at in your life, of a challenge that is being posed ahead of you that you want to be able to move forward with, and help you make that decision. Now, if you don't like what the potential outcome is looking to be, you have 100% of the power to change it.
Yes.
There is nothing that is so ill-fated in the world.
Yeah.
We all have personal will, we all have personal power, and we have the ability to make those changes.
I know that my son, the mother of their 2 children, she likes Wiccan. She doesn't discuss it. She doesn't.
Yep.
What's the word? Promulgate it. What's the word? Proselytize.
Right.
No.
No.
But I noticed
we
she
don't have
wears-
pamphlets.
You have, I think, the same. Little,
Yeah, the pentacle.
The little pentacle that she wears. I've always been. People, I think, get the wrong idea about what that is.
Well, they do because of everything that is put out on media and the movies, and they want to sensationalize it and make it scary and make the unknown scary, and they're not like us. But the truth of it is, the pentacle is a symbol of protection. It is a symbol of balance in the elements. So all of the points represent an element: air, earth, fire, and water. And then the upwards point represents...
That's astrology right there.
Well, it's everything. It's life. It's life. It's how the world. It's how the world exists.
We are talking with Robin, and Robin is the co-owner and caretaker of Robin's Nest. It's a shop metaphysical. It's over in Bellingham.
Yep.
What's the address again?
The address is 799 South Main Street. We're in Suite number 9 in Bellingham. So we're in the Bellingham Marketplace Plaza. It's the same plaza as Workout World, Dunkin' Donuts, and Rock and Cold Pizza.
How can they reach you if they have questions?
If they have questions, you can reach us at 508-244-4881. That's our phone. You can reach us at info@therobbinsnestma.com. That's our email. And you can go to the website. There's links to our Facebook. There's links to our Instagram. And honestly, just come in and have a cup of tea and coffee. And
Let me ask you a question. I love East Indian meditation.
yes.
I used to go to the Shrewsbury Indian Center,
Yep.
and there was a woman there, wonderful, and it was free for years.
Yep.
Yeah, I was the only blonde, blue-eyed gal in the room,
Yeah.
but the Indians were wonderful. They just adopted me in, and one time I went, and it was so relaxing. For me, I went, and she had to say, Jan.
Yeah.
At the end, they had to wake me up. I said, I fell asleep. She says, no, you were in deep meditation.
Deep meditation.
I'm thinking, it felt like sleep to me, but it felt good. I don't
Yeah.
care if it was whatever it was. And I remember they used to bring in the most wonderful Indian cookies. Oh. I was give me more. It
They're
was
wonderful.
wonderful. Yeah. I miss her an awful lot. I haven't found anything since that I liked as much.
Well, like I said, there's a lot. The thing about the Robin's Nest that is so amazing to me and how it's grown over the years is the connections that we have with communities around us. So while our community is like an ebb and flow and how it grows and changes through the years, the beauty of that is that it connects with other communities around us. So like I said, we have connections with the Shiva temple here in Bellingham, and people can go there as well. It's open. They have limited hours, but
Where is it located in Bellingham?
that is in the Bellingham Commons Plaza. So it's right, the big plaza right by the town hall in Bellingham.
Okay, I know the town hall. I know DQ.
Yeah, actually, it's in that plaza right behind it.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Near DQ. Now, how did I not know this, going by this all the time to shop at Market Basket?
Well, the funny thing is that I didn't know it was there either. And one day I just happened to see the posting on the new property that they had bought. And later, everything happens divinely. Later that same day, Anish, who is the son of the head priest for that temple, came into the Robin's Nest. And we were talking, and he mentioned his temple. And I was like, wait a second, I just saw... And we started connecting the dots.
Yeah.
And
Do they do a meditation there?
they do different meditations. They do different rituals. They do all sorts of events. So a friend of mine and I have been to a couple of events that they've had. And it's mesmerized. It's
I
just
love it. Absolutely.
so beautiful.
I've never found an American meditation thing that got to me because my East Indian friends that I made there were very calm, very positive, very accepting.
Yeah.
And I think they got a kick out of me.
Yeah.
Because I was just learning.
Yeah.
And I know that our teacher kept looking at me like, is she getting it? Is she getting it? Because we chant in Hindi.
Yes.
And I caught on. I can sing the Hindi song.
Yes.
Now, something else before we close. You had Brother Granite, an Abenaki shaman, speaks to a circle of attendees.
Yes.
What was that?
Oh, that was a fantastic workshop that Brother Granite did on animal totems.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's the American Indian totems, right?
Yes, for his particular tribe.
Okay, I think I'm a sturgeon, August.
That I'm not sure. This is working with very specific animal totems, like, you know, bear. It was getting to know different animal totems and how they can connect with you. So he is actually scheduled for a couple of more events throughout the year. I believe he has a class scheduled in August, and then he also has another one, Shaking Hands with the Drum, in October.
Over at your place?
Yes.
Okay.
So we have a full calendar of events through the end of the year that can be found on our events calendar through the website. The upcoming events page is everything current for the month and usually the next month. The online newsletter I put out every month of everything coming current for the month. But we'll start booking out for next year, for 2020.
What is your phone number over there?
The phone number, again, is 508-244-4881.
Now, don't forget, Saturday, June 29th,
Yes.
10 to 4.
Yes.
You can walk in anytime.
Anytime.
And they're going to have readers. The psychic fair. I love those.
Yeah.
I haven't been to one in so long. Okay, readings are $20 for 15 minutes. Okay, 40 for 30.
Yep.
Walk-ins may be scheduled in advance. Calling her number.
Yep.
You suggest that, right?
Oh, highly.
Okay,
Yes.
walk-ins, but they're welcome. For $30, you can have an oral photography.
Or photography, yes.
And henna is first come, first served. And I love henna.
Yeah.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Well, we hope people will join us for the psychic fair, but if you come at any other time, you'll get to meet the dogs. We have 3 Boston Terriers that are the official greeters.
Are they the kind of fat little ones?
Yeah, little black and white ones. So they're all over our website. They're all over our Instagram.
They're like sausages, sausages. I know our vet has one.
My husband says that about them. Yes.
I like Bassett's,
Yes, yes.
Sad one.
Yeah.
Robin, this has been a treat. Now I want to
Thank
go over
you.
and see your store and your books. Of course, I'm going to head right for your books.
Oh, yeah.
I
We've got a nice
love
selection.
books like that.
Lots of crystals and
things like that. I got a lot to learn about it.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for being
Thank
with
you for
us.
having me. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Thank you.
We'll have you back.
Wonderful. That sounds great.
All right. We'll see you next time. I'll be my guest.
Take care.
Riding on a shooting star, heading out toward a dream.